Sarah C. Bedford is the senior investigations reporter for the Washington Examiner. Good morning, Sarah. Good Friday to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I've got laryngitis, so I'm going to let you kind of explain to us all about Fani Willis and what is melting down in Georgia, because I think it's going to add to the conclusion of the American people this is a sham trial.
Yeah, it's become kind of a mess down there in this prosecution. And we learned this week that a special prosecutor that District Attorney Fani Willis had hired to help lead the case in Georgia, she may have had an inappropriate personal relationship with this man, Nathan Wade. And the fact that she hired him in the first place had raised eyebrows months ago when the case began. She brought this indictment in August of last year. She brought on this prosecutor, and he was not. It was not a racketeering prosecutor. He was actually really not even a felony prosecutor at all. He didn't have a lot of courtroom experience in that regard. So he was an odd choice to begin with. He's pocketed more than $650,000 of taxpayer money and used that money allegedly, according to divorce proceedings from this man's now ex-wife, used that money to fund trips and personal purchases related to this inappropriate relationship with the prosecutor. So this all has the potential to really undermine the credibility of a prosecution that a lot of observers already thought was flimsy to begin with.
Why did Fani Willis go to the White House?
That is a question that neither the White House nor Fani Willis have answered so far. But yeah, again, according to these billing records that are in these new filings this is coming from one of Trump's co-defendants in this RICO case, there were meetings that took place with the White House counsel and potentially another set of unnamed White House staffers. That would be a big revelation because this prosecution has been consistently described as independent of political interference, that Fani Willis, although she is an elected Democrat, is acting as an unbiased prosecutor here. To have coordination with the White House ahead of this case being brought. The meetings happened in the lead up to the indictment when the grand jury was impaneled, but before the charges were handed down. That would be a really big deal. It would, again, be a blow against the credibility of the prosecution.
Now, Sarah Bedford, I know you're a reporter and you're on the legal side and on the investigation side, but you're watching politics. Do you think all of the lawsuits have helped President Trump or hurt former President Trump in his quest to get the nomination again?
Oh, I think unquestionably it's helped him. It's reinforced this perception that he is being persecuted by his enemies, by the deep state or whatever you want to call it. And even someone who was inclined to disagree with that during his presidency, who just wanted Trump to stop complaining. They're not really coming after you. Even a casual observer would have to sort of concede the point that they are coming after Donald Trump right now. He's being proven right after years potentially of crying wolf. And I think that's really helped him. I think it helps push those marginal voters into his camp.
It's been 7 years since Director Comey, Director Brennan, and Director Clapper ambushed him when he was president-elect. And it's still going on. Every day it goes on. Let me close with Hunter Biden. You're the Hunter Biden expert. Any whisper of the Foreign Agents Registration Act violation, it's right in front of us. He represented Ukrainian, Chinese, and Romanian companies. That's why he's getting tax evasion charges. He had to have had either filed with FARA or violated FARA. What is it?
Well, it's potentially one of them, but the special counsel has not yet brought that part of the investigation. The IRS whistleblowers, when they spoke to Congress, had said that part of the investigation was significantly hampered by actions of the prosecutors in the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office. It's been interesting because this week, one of Burisma's lawyers filed retroactively for a FARA disclosure for work that he'd done 7 years ago. And so it really raises the question, why are these people who were involved with Burisma, this is the third lobbyist who was involved in Burisma at the time filing retroactively, why are they allowed to file their disclosures years after the fact? But Trump associates went to jail even after offering to file retroactively. That wasn't on the table, an option from the DOJ. Now it's clear that the DOJ is interested, at least nominally, in this FARA disclosure issue because they're pressuring people who were involved to register, but Hunter Biden so far isn't one of them.
Last question on the Hill. The immigration deal is in the throes of either ending or coming out. Ben Dominage said at the top of the hour, I agree. If there is no 900 miles of wall being built by the Army Corps of Engineers this year, fully authorized, fully appropriated, and fully underway, notwithstanding any other law, the deal is dead. Where is it, and is the wall in the deal?
It is still in limbo. I think a wall is hard for a lot of Democrats to swallow, as are the more meaningful changes that need to happen to the parole system and potentially to the asylum system. But, I think even if a bipartisan deal emerges, there are hardline Republicans in the House in particular that just would find any sort of effort to give Biden a win here, or to give Biden something to be able to campaign on that said he's addressed this, is going to be a hard pill to swallow, no matter what.
I will be for what's right for America, and I think most conservatives, if they put the wall in and it's real, it's not a head fake like the old wall, I'll be all over it, all for it. I'm sure it'll sail through if the wall's in it. If it doesn't, I think it dies. Sarah C. Bedford, thank you. You have a great weekend in a very cold beltway, I understand. It's going to be nice in California. I'm going to the beach tomorrow, Sarah. I just want to tell you that. You have a great weekend.